Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time to run live free picks here from the betting board. And today we'll have picks from the NBA playoffs, that 15-game card from Major League Baseball. We got some day games here today for a Wednesday, NHL playoffs as well. And at the end of the show, we do a parlay, peripheral, or play it straight segment where our cappers give it a parlay, team or player prop, game of the future, or just play it straight. They'll make the call. And that's how it works here on the Tony 6 in the Morning Show. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be notified when we go live. And first thing you want to do is give us that thumbs up as we start the show. Or if you watch us on replay, we start the replay because it really helps us build up our audience. We greatly appreciate that. So we'll introduce the cappers and get right to the picks because we don't mess around here on the 26 Morning Show. Let's say hello, Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Not too much. Having a good morning. It's frosty and chilly, but other than that, hey, the sun's out. It'll be a nice sunny day. You look at the Memphis Grizzlies, and hey, they didn't get blown up by 50. They only lost by 19. Still didn't cover though. They that first quarter just did them in again. It's like, man, you put yourself behind the eight ball that early in a game, and it's tough to dig out. Ask the Bucks. They did the same thing. Got himself way behind in that first quarter and tried to claw back and just never made it. One of those things again. Bucks down 0-2 heading home. See how that goes. There in that one. Okay. We hit our play of the day in the MLB. Can't complain there. Good old Padres hanging on to the 2-0 lead right throughout the game for the run line winner there. We'll take it. Nice. So on to today.
Today, that's right. That's why I always argue that revenge doesn't work in the pros. It gets in the play. It gets in their heads. That's more of a college angle. Let's say hello to Chris. Chris, what's happening?
Oh, not much. Coming off a pretty good day in baseball. Went 3-0. I had to sweat that best bet with the Cubs all the way to the 10th there, but we got that one. And then I think one of my easier plays on the day was the Athletics and Rangers. We started that early and got way over 10. So we did that. I did have Minnesota. I thought they were going to be able to keep it close. I didn't think they were going to win that one because LA couldn't afford to go to Minnesota 0-2. So I figured they'd win. I just thought Minnesota would keep it closer. But anyway, really good day in baseball. Ready to get to today.
Very good. Let's go to Sean. Sean, what's going on?
I see Justin and Ribby props did not come through yesterday with my two guys for the A's there. 5 runs. My guy gets a Wilson. A couple opportunities. Guy in second, nothing. Well, anyway, 2-1 on the slate with the baseball, and I was in here talking my LaFloppy Laker nonsense. I should have took the under because I thought it would be the Lakers have everything. They got to get the split there. So I'm a little annoyed at myself for not playing the under, but Rod said it's 24 up by you, Rod?
Yeah, that's about what it is right now, early morning.
Yeah, well, 24, Fantastic Four, Timberwolves in 4. There we go. Let's go. No more Timberwolves in 4. So, the sleep would have been nicest because I want to crank up the chat. But, hey, listen, we need some 1-1s, right? There's these series. I thought the Bucks would, like Chris, you figure they're going to, worst case, get a split out there with these teams, right? The Clippers did it. We saw the Thunder again. Take care. It's the Thunder, and I think the Celtics will win big tonight as well. Cavs will probably win. But the middle teams here, guys, they're not all that great. There's not much separating Houston from Golden State, like the twos and the playing game teams. Yeah. There's top heavy. It reminds me of the NCAA tournament. Like you got the top teams, you got the 4 or 5 good teams. Here, you don't even have 4 or 5 good teams. I think you have 3. Maybe you make an argument for a 4th in the second team in the West, but I don't know. It's a little ho-hum, no, with the playoffs so far.
So far, usually it is the first round. You always got that 1 versus 8, which is always, that's always there is a whole lot of drama there. Sometimes you get that 2-7, but this year it's pretty much in the form, but that's why when we get in that next round, it'll be a lot more competitive here when we get in the conference semifinals. But it's usually it's your 3-4, your 4-5 is competitive. Your 3-6 usually is, but we'll see what goes on. We'll see what Houston's response is here against Golden State. That will be interesting to see if they can respond. But man, this is a team that's had struggling shooting the basketball, so we'll see how it rolls. I pulled a 3-1 here yesterday. Of course, Dodgers let me down from the 4-0, but it's all right. I'm not going to complain about that. I figured they'd score runs. You get 10 is enough. No, interesting with the Cubs. It's what their 6th game this year where they scored 10 runs or more, or is it their 7th? One of those two. The Cubs. They put up double-digit runs. Amazing there how they've been able to pull that off. Their offense has been strong there, and of course,
the revenge streak comes to an end, though, Tony, as you alluded to. the Dodgers had done 15 straight revenge spots against the team when they had beat them in the same year. They had hit 15 straight. So 15-1 are the Dodgers in those crazy revenge spots. When the team beats them, they come back. They usually get them. So quite a run there for the Dodgers. So, but, man,
listen, these Cubbies, I wish Steele would be healthy because I'd be a little more excited about them winning the division. But I don't know.
They've got the bats. They just keep hitting, scoring runs.
Hey, listen, the Dodgers. Again, this is a team. Everybody loves them. They got some big stinky flaws on this team that people just bypass because of name brands.
Oh yeah, massive.
That lineup is 4 guys. It's a 4-man lineup, and it's a pitching staff of guys who get hurt and pitch 5 innings, and then let's hope the bullpen holds up because everybody's going to be throwing 75 innings all year long.
Yeah, I said that from the get-go. They're very much home run happy. Very low batting average. When you look at their batting, 207, 227, there's some horrible splits there for this team hitting the baseball. Again, over-relying on the home run ball, which I caught right earlier.
Baseball's nonsense. Like, average. Who cares about average? I mean, can you at least advance the runner maybe? Like,
yeah, they're not doing that.
Right?
Their team batting average is horrific.
A strikeout's the same. Who cares? No, it's not the same. No, because if you hit it to the other side of the field, the guy can advance from second to third or first to second. It's in a hole or something. It's a long throw.
One
you
run
strike
homers.
out, the guy's stranded somewhere. He's not moving if you strike out. The guy can't get over, can't move a base.
Well,
That's for all teams.
Yeah, you're only getting 1 ribby or 2 ribbies for home runs. The 3-run homer is usually is really a knockout, is a dagger to teams, but you're not going to get that if you don't have runners on base. And that's the issue.
I like the meat and potatoes. I just want to see double base hit, double. Just I want the wheels turning. Just hit it to the gap. That's it.
That's the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks, and I think Toronto's trying to do that because I can't believe a few home runs they've hit this season. But let's get to the games here, guys. We'll have a lot of baseball talk coming up with the 15-game card. So here we go. We'll do it here in one block. 3 games. NBA features Magic and Celtics. Celtics here down to 10.5. That's because based on injury, total 196. And look, we got a total under 200. 196.5. Oh boy, don't tell me we're going back to the 90s here. Heat and Cavs. We got the Cavs 12, total 212. Here's your series, Warriors and the Rockets. Look at this one. Rockets now 3.5. I'm seeing 4 at BOL right now. Wow, total 204.5. This opened Warriors a 1.5 point favorite. It's moved now to Rockets 3.5 and 4 in a respectable place out there. Wow, what a line move that has been. Incredible. Let's see what the injury report shows here. We know there's going to be some bad news for Tatum, so let's see what it is here up to date here with Jason Tatum with that wrist. For Orlando has a clean injury report. Now, Tatum yesterday was downgraded to doubtful. If you listen to the happy hour show, that news came out during then. Ramon gave that one out. But Tatum doubtful with that wrist injury. Hell, they didn't need him last game. We'll see what happens here because it was all spread out with the scoring wise. Miami and Cleveland, Love and Rozier out, and Cleveland will come in with a clean injury report. Warriors and Houston, clean for Warriors. Houston, Tate and Landale out there. Some bench guys out for Houston. So we get this one underway with Rod.
Yeah, I'm not trusting that the injury news. That sounds like dirty tricks committed to me. It looks like he got his hand slapped, so he's out because of a hand slap. Yeah, no, that sounds like dirty tricks committee, and they want you to bet Orlando. Going, oh, bet the Magic. I don't think that's going to dissuade the betting public off of the Celtics. It's a mob that always bets the Celtics, and it's going to continue to be a mob that. Bets the Celtics, but I'm going to take the under. That line's telling you all you need to know. It's going to be the old school, slow-paced game where you don't see it. We've seen it in the last 2 games head-to-head between these 2 teams, where it's first to 90 wins it. If someone gets to 100, congratulations, you're going to be the winner of this game. But other than that, slow-paced, slow scoring. Give me the under. What is it, 196 now, I think?
Yeah,
give me the under. Yeah, give me the under in this game. And then the other one I'm looking at here is give me the Heat. Yeah, you look what the Heat do. Hey, they came into that game 1 after having to play a gauntlet of those play-in games and got themselves in. Well, now they've had a couple days rest to be able to make a new game plan. I trust the coach on the Heat to be able to make a game plan and make those adjustments after game 1. It's not like they got blown out by 50 like Memphis did. It was 14, 15 points there. And now you're going to give me 12.5 again with the Heat. Then arrested and ready to roll. I'll take him. Give it the Heat plus the points there in that one versus the Cavs.
There we go from Rod. We move right on over to Chris.
I'm going to take the points with Boston. I could care less if Jason Tatum plays or not. He doesn't sway the needle for me. And even his coach wasn't buying the flop the other night. He held off the trainer and told him to get up. Like Boston, I don't know. They honestly probably do better. I mean, you got Jaylen Brown and the rest of the guys that can get it done. So just lay the big number there with Boston. And then if I'm getting plus points with the Warriors, I'm going to take it. Like we talked about earlier, Houston's just not shooting the ball well. And I mean, I'll take it. Golden State's in playoff mode right now. You got Curry going off. You got Jimmy Butler, all those guys. So if I can get plus points with the Warriors, I'm going to take it. And so those are the two I like there.
There from Chris on over to Sean.
I mean, how do you not take the Warriors? I'll come in and make jokes about Curry and stuff, and these guys in today's basketball, right? But 4 points, like how do they go from a 1 point for the 4? What is happening here? That's just on principle. I got to take them, and I get it. Houston's nice season, this and that. No. That's have to be a Warrior play there. I think the Celtics win. I don't think it makes a difference if he plays or not. They got enough depth. I also like the under. I like the under a little more there because the Magic, are they scoring 95? I don't think they're scoring 95 points. 197 in today's NBA. I know we saw an ugly one in LA last night, but come on.
Yeah.
And I think the Cavs win. I'm not. The Heat, we're really sold on the Heat right now. I'm not. I think I like the Cavs. I'm biased towards the Cavaliers, so I would lay it.
There we go with Sean.
Don't sleep on the Heat. Tell you, don't sleep on the Heat. You just talked about the Heat money line.
I didn't bet it. I didn't bet it.
Almost not here today, so I'll defend him. You take the points. We'll take the money line.
This isn't who they play? They played the Hawks, and who they play? And this ain't the Hawks and the Bulls. This is
Hawks and Bulls.
This is the Cavs.
Well, yeah, we've seen the Cavs who lost to the Magic coming down the stretch.
Yeah, after they locked up.
Yeah,
they weren't locked up yet. They were locked up. That was early. They started to sweat a little bit after they lost to the Magic.
Yeah, they were in their spot. They didn't care.
Yeah,
they were in a spot. They didn't care. I mean, the only team that I thought would win out because they won 70 wins was the Thunder. But come on, that's
Here you go from
Celtics are ready. They're rested. They didn't care about They don't care about that. They can win anywhere. They know that.
Here you go there from Sean. Tell you what I think about these games here. Yeah, I'm going to go late with Boston here. Just getting better, get better value here without Dane. Like I said, they do have a lot of scoring cash, but it's an issue we've said over and over with this Magic team. You got a really good game out of Bancaro. You got a pretty good game out of Wagner. No one else shows up. So can Bancaro and Wagner do it again? And who else? There's no supporting cast whatsoever there for this Magic team. So the depth here with the Celtics, Peyton Pritchard just won the Sixth Man of the Year. You look at that box score. It wasn't Tatum. It wasn't Brown. It was Derek White. It was Peyton Pritchard. It was that's interesting to note there. Celtics does have a collection of scoring in that opener. I like Boston in this spot because I've said this over. And what's the streak now? 5 straight non-covers. Remember last year the Magic couldn't cover in the Cleveland series in that first round, right? They lost. The home team covered every game of that series in that first round. So what's that now? 5 straight non-covers for the Magic on the road. So I'll take Boston in that spot. Yeah, I'm with Rod. I like Rod's analysis there with Miami here. That's a lot of points to give the Heat. They got Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo and company there. I think they could keep it close here against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Again, that's a good analysis with Rod saying about those 2 straight elimination games on the road. Each game was on the road here. And they get that 2 days rest. I think that 2 days rest will close the gap here and make it a closer game. Looking here at this Miami team, they did defend well. They were 6th in defensive efficiency since the All-Star break. So defense really can keep them in this one. So I'll take the Heat with all those points. And yeah, I mean, the Warriors, I like the Warriors when they opened up there, but now getting 4 in this one. Since the All-Star break, the Warriors are 5th in defensive efficiency and 3rd in offensive efficiency. So you see what the Butler effect has done for this team. Remember, they're getting rest too. It's not you're not dealing with all this travel, back-to-backs, and all this other stuff that you do with the regular season game. So now you got a Warrior team that can put it away. I will say this: how can a 2 seed be a dog in this game? How could a 2, only a 1 point favorite against a 6 against a 7th seed, a playing team. The Warriors are a playing. Well, like Sean said earlier, all these teams are pretty much close. Other than the top tier teams, everyone else pretty much bunched together. Don't look at the seeds. They're gapped. They're bunched together. So yeah, I agree there with the points. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Nix Morning Show as we continue our picks. Guys, we're giving you our free plays here, but if you want our best bets, just head on over to TonySpicks.com. Link in the description. Get our best bets with leaderboards and more, showing you the top performers in our industry. So go ahead and get signed up. Remember our promo code TonyT at checkout. We'll knock off that 15% off. All right, let's continue here with the baseball. Here we do have some afternoon games here, guys. So keep an eye on these times. Just want to take a look here to see if there's been any changes in any of the starting pitching here in the first block. I don't see any changes. So let's get going here with the games. Here we got Cardinals and Braves. Your 12:15 afternoon game. Braves $1.60, total of 9. Reds and Marlins here. Marlins now favored $1.20, total 8.5. Phillies and Mets. The Mets have been a home team, winning games. Phillies on the road $1.20, total 7.5. Yankees and Guardians. The Guardians are dogs here. Yankees $1.55, total 8.5. Padres and Tigers in afternoon affair here. The Tigers $1.50, total 8.5. And then we close out 1, 2, 3, 4. Those were the 5 games. We start with Rod.
Yeah, the one I'm looking at here is give me the Mets over the Phillies. Phillies on the road. You fade those guys on the road. And the Phillies this year, man, they're looking like the Blue Jays with leaving guys in runners in scoring position. I believe they stranded another 20 yesterday on the base pads. Definitely, I'm not sure if they're leading the league. I'd have to dig a little, but they definitely love to get guys on base, and they just don't know how to smash them in so far. This Phillies squad definitely leaving lots of guys around the base and not scoring. So I'll take the Mets there in that one. They excel against those teams at the plus price. And then another one, hey, Rodon's on the road? No, thanks. I'll take the Cleveland Guardians over the Yankees there in that one. I know Ortiz is on the mound, and he's not the greatest pitcher for the Guardians, that's for sure. But we're in, third time around, fourth time around. He's about number 4 on their starter list. So I'll still take the Guardians there at home in that one. And then give me the over between San Diego and Detroit. I think the offense has come to life with those 2 pitchers on the mound. Just give me 1 second. What's it supposed to be like there in Detroit? Ask Ron. Is it supposed to be nice? Sunny, not bad. In about mid 67, 60. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I'll take the over there in that one.
There from Rod on over to Chris.
Looking at this St. Louis and my Braves. Bryce Elder is a 165. Are you kidding me? Get out of here. I'll pull a Sean on that one. Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? Yeah, we're going to take St. Louis there. You can take them first 5 if you want to get in and out real quick, or you can take them full game either way. Bryce Elder is not one of my favorite Braves at all. The other one I'm looking at, Cincinnati, Miami. If I see Sandy Alcantara, I take the over. I think he gets rocked. And then going to look, I did the video on San Diego, Detroit. I'm going to take a shot with Detroit on the money line there. You can take them run line, money line, either way, whatever works for you. There's a deeper dive on that YouTube video. And then I agree with the Mets. I'm going to take them. I'm going to take a shot on the Mets on the run line against Philly there with Peterson.
There we go with Chris on over to Sean.
Yeah, that Brave Cardinal game, I have to look at maybe the over, just the way those teams have been playing right now. I mean, the Braves are hitting a little bit, but again, Elder and Mikolas, no thanks. I haven't pulled the trigger on Cleveland yet. I want to. When they won 5 in a row, it's easy to, I'm not looking at the Yanks, take them as a favorite. I'm not looking at teams that are on losing streaks, but 5 in a row for Cleveland. Hey, I want to do that one. Same with the Mets with Peterson. But it's again, when you're again, I had a 2-1 day yesterday, but when you're kind of like, I'm not saying I'm struggling, but I'm not winning 3 out of 4 every day. It's tough to pull the trigger on the teams you want to versus in a spot where it's kind of like, beginning of the year, I'd be all in, just start moving on all these things, but I can't. I don't want to just keep piling up losses as things are not going well right now, but sign me up here for Cleveland and the Mets in this early action here.
There we go with Sean. Tell me what I think about these games here. Yeah, I can't late with Elder either. Atlanta's just 202 hitting in their 7-day games. Looking at day baseball here, Cardinals 266, and Braves have not been a good bet against right-handed starters the past 1+ seasons, losing 11.5 units. I'll look at the St. Louis there at the plus price. Look at the plus there as well with Cleveland in that one. Cleveland has been hitting the ball pretty well. They overcame that 2-0 deficit yesterday, got the win. So I'll look at them here against Rodon in this spot. Ortiz's best start was at home in his only home start. So that's something positive there in that one. What else we got here? Phillies, Mets. Yeah, I'm going to continue to back the Mets here the way they've been playing at home. Phillies just 220 hitting team on the road. Whew, bless you. There you go. Bless you. We're getting that time of the season now. All right, Phillies 220 on the road, hitting their bullpen over the past 7. ERA approaching 9 there. I didn't like that way the bullpen looked in that Marlins game. I think he gave a lot of runs to the Marlins in that home series, and it's carrying over here. Looking at the Mets bullpen, we know they've been outstanding here. And Phillies on the road against lefty starters, 28-33, losing 12 units the past 2+ seasons. I'll look at the Mets in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show as we continue with this baseball card. Now we get more into the evening games here. So we got next up Mariners and Red Sox. Just a note here, all starters, no changes in the starting pitching. Sauer is going to go for the Dodgers, maybe an opener. We'll see how that works there. Mariners and Red Sox. Red Sox, $1.35, total 10. Orioles and Nets. We got the Orioles, $1.35, total 9.5. Dodgers and Cubs, $1.10 on the Dodgers, total of 9. Blue Jays and Astros. We got the Astros, $1.15, the total coming in 8.5. And we close this block off with White Sox and Twins. We've got the Twins, $2.65, total 8.5. We start with Rod. You're on mute, Rod.
There you go. He sneezes and mutes it.
There was a bird over here going, So I was like, we'll be.
Gotta play the bird. Is there a bird in this block?
No. Well,
the Orioles. And,
no, I'm not touching the Orioles. You can.
maybe he's talking to somebody else.
Blue Jays. Your Blue Jays. That was probably a Blue Jay. They make a lot of noise.
It was a Blue Jay? I don't know about that. I think they're getting swept. I'm going to go for the gusto again and take the Astros. Astros are starting to hit. Blue Jays are looking like the Blue Jays of old. Not getting hits, not getting runs. Just, I don't know. This team, it's just, I don't know what they're doing. It's just maybe get some wins. Maybe get some more hits. But
some home runs.
Yeah, how about some home runs? You guys have paid all these guys all this money, and what are you doing? No smashing anything. So, yeah, back to the Astros for the sweep there in that matchup. And then give me Seattle. Yes, run first inning. Why? They did 10 straight. Runs in the first inning. That's all they do is score runs in the first inning. Let's make it 11 straight. Give me the Yerfie in the Seattle game. I can't believe they hit 10 straight. That's a crazy streak in the Yerfies. In that one, because and it's Hancock on the mound on the bump for Seattle. So yeah, and then Newcomb on the other side for Boston. Yeah, we're getting runs in the first inning in that matchup. And then looking at the Dodgers and Cubs, do they continue to score a whole pile of runs? Yes, take the over 9 in that one. Runs just continue to come piling in that one.
Yeah, from Ron, 64 degrees there in Chicago. We're swirling right to left, 9 miles per hour, just minimal there. Over to Chris.
Yeah, Baltimore, Washington. I'm gonna take the over there. I mean, Washington's 7-3 to the over at home. They're hitting the ball really good there, so I think we see some runs in that one. Get over 9.5, and then I'm gonna go. Let's see what else. I'm gonna take over LA, Chicago. They ran through a pretty good bit of the bullpen there last night in that game that went on forever, and we've got looks like potentially a bullpen game here with the starter. So I think we get some more runs in this one. And then, I'm going to take a shot with the Astros, money line, run line, however you want to play that. But I just think I'd rather go with gusto there in that matchup.
Going with the gusto. And there we go with Chris. Of course, that was we talked about that the other day. Schlitz beer, if you were around, remember Schlitz commercials. Go for the gusto. On over to Sean.
I'm going to say the Orioles finish in last place this year in the American League. The pitching is just terrible. Bad pitcher. I'm going to say last place for the O's. Give me the Cubbies. because no way the Dodgers could lose again. That can't happen. They just lost. That's they can never lose, and they're an underdog today. So Cubbies, yes. I want to do the Stros in the under there. Toronto's dropped 4 in a row. Under, not hitting. Both teams, again, the Astros, they're hitting a little bit. They got 7 yesterday, but I don't know. Give me the under. Under in the Stros in that one. And I got nothing for it. We got the you got your favorite Festa guy. I got nothing that game anymore.
Angle Festa.
I'm out of this window.
He's doing reversal.
Minus 250 Festa. Woo! He's been pitching. He's been dealing.
Yeah.
Like the Twins, though. Again, I think what I have yesterday at the end of the show, I said Twins roll mine in that spot. But like, you almost just want to take the White Sox. Who are the Twins to be giving 250s to teams? Like the Angels yesterday, right? Like the Angels were 150. How are they failing? They lost, right? They ended up losing.
Yeah,
game,
pounded. Got pounded. Pirates again against again. They've been good against the interleague. I mean, good for them is 500.
I get taken ugly. I wake up every day and I wash my face in the morning. I'm like, man, look at his face. So I'm all about ugly every day. But even I can. I couldn't pull the trigger on the White Sox and the Pirates yesterday. It's like, like today, same thing. It's like you want to, but I don't like paying that much. I play with my little hangnail a little bit. It hurts, but it feels good. I get it. This I can't do. I can't do baseball the whole season like that. That is just. These lines these are the lines we're getting. It's freaking April 23rd.
Yeah.
Festa laying 265. Come on.
An Elder laying $1.60. Yeah, it's just, these are like as Commissioner says. These aren't 250 pitchers. These aren't 160 pitchers.
Listen, Elder was good 2 years ago. The guy was 12-2 or something for the Braves. I get it. He had a good year, but the Braves for a year and a half.
Braves are usually right about guys like that sit down. They're usually right. They usually get it right because you find those guys throughout on other teams barely hanging on. Yeah.
We're not finishing the whole board here, right?
No, we're not. No, we're done there. All right, so I'll tell you what I think about some of these games here. I'll look at Boston. I'm not an Emerson Hancock fan here at all in this one. The Seattle here, also too, Seattle can't hit lefties. 200 against left-handers. Their bullpen area over 4. Boston has hit the ball very well against these good bullpens here on the road. Seattle 53-73. Losing 26 units the past 2+ seasons. I'll look at Boston. That spot going to come back here. I agree with the over there in Baltimore and this Nationals team. Sugano, no, I'm not a believer in him. Washington has hit the ball well at home. 13 homers in 9 games. They do have some power. The Orioles have hit better against right-handed starters this season with 27 homers in 15 games. They're 10-3-2 the over. Both bullpens in poor form. They needed Parker to go 8 last time. They're not comfortable with a 7-0 lead, so the starter had to go deep. Even though he did have a 1-hitter, I'll give him that credit. Washington has gone over in 7 of the first 9 at home. I'll look at the over in that game. I'm not a fan of Sauerkraut. Hopefully he just pitches one inning for the Dodgers. But at that price, I have to look at it. I'm not going to look at LA in that spot. I'm just going to say no play there. It's just the bullpen got a little racked yesterday. I don't know how to respond in this one. They're going to need their bullpen with Sauerkraut on the mound. I don't know where they decided they looked at him in last year. His numbers last year, was it the Royals? He worked 14 games in the area, near 8, whip of 2 there. I don't know what the scouts were thinking. What were they thinking? All right, let's continue here on the Tony Sporting Show as we close out. Oh, maybe they needed a sacrificial lamb. Hey, we're going to give up 10 runs. Let's let Sauerkraut do it. He's good at it.
Yeah, he's good at it. Let's try to outbash somebody today. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's the plan. Let's outbash them. Put Sauerkraut in there. We'll confuse them. They'll be like, why are they putting that guy out there?
So Sauerkraut going for LA. All right, here we go. We close out with Rockies and Royals. Royals here, $1.90 total, 8.5. Even extra innings couldn't go over yesterday. That's usually when unders go to die. Oh, an under lived in extra innings with these two teams yesterday. Pirates and Angels. Angels $1.40 total of 9. Rays and D-backs. D-backs $1.40 total of 9. Brewers and the Giants. Giants favored again, $1.40 total 7. We're seeing some 6.5s out there. Rangers and the homeless. The homeless $1.10 total 9.5. We start with Rod.
Yeah, you look at these ones here in this matchup. Definitely not my favorite slate on the MLB board. You look at Give me the Rays here in this one. I'm not a Rodriguez guy. Arizona, hey, Tampa was right in it with you. Tampa's still looking for that first win with Taj Bradley on the mound. He hasn't been great either, so I don't think either of these two guys equate to who gets the win there in that one. The roof was open yesterday. What's it supposed to be like there again? Nice. Yeah, nice again. They probably got the roof open. Wind's going a little bit left to right. Not crazy wind. Kind of lead to an over there in Arizona. I think we had a lower scoring one yesterday. I think that reversed to a higher scoring one as we seen plenty of higher scoring ones here. But the Rays have been dominant over Arizona, so give me the plus price in the Rays there in that one. I'll take another shot with them today.
All right,
I don't like Arizona altogether. I think they're just overvalued, overpaid, I don't like Arizona at all. Everybody's all like, they're a bunch of bombs. They're not going to make any noise. They're not winning.
To win the NL 15-1.
Yeah, they choke down late. They always do. They hang out there. They give you hope. That's what they do. That's what I'm going to call Arizona, the fake hope team, because they're like, we're playing good, and then all of a sudden, just at the end of the year, they stink it away. Yeah, they were in the World Series.
Is that the year they went to the World Series?
2 years ago. We're worried about what they did 2 years ago. I'm not.
Yeah, this hot August, September, October bullpen. That was it. The bullpen got hot in 3 months. That's really what got them to the World Series. Was roof open Wednesday.
That was awful. Got hot, right? It was like they couldn't nothing. That's all it was.
They got hot at the right time. Roof will be open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They close it for the day game on Sunday. So that's the roof information there for Arizona for the rest of the week. And we move right on over to let's see where I got my browser working here. Moving on over to Chris.
Colorado, Kansas City. I'm gonna go back with the under. Like you said, we couldn't even get over that in extra innings. Excuse me. So just take the under again. We see a lower one there. I'm gonna go with Heaney and the Pittsburgh Angels. Just think Jack K gets rocked there. You're getting plus money with the Pirates there, so take it with Andrew Heaney. And then I'm gonna go over Tampa Bay, Arizona. I think Taj Bradley gets hit on that one, and then. Just probably, like I said yesterday, I didn't take it today as a premium, but Texas Athletics, just take that over again. That ballpark's way too easy to get out. These guys I don't even think are hitting hard to get out. Like some of the home runs that left the ballpark yesterday just looked like they were batting practice swings, like nothing. They're just getting out of this thing. So let's just take the over and keep riding that.
There we go with Chris. On over to Sean.
All right, 4 teams last 15 years back-to-back in the World Series, Rod. Who are they? They've gone back-to-back World Series. 4 teams have done it in the last 15 years. Have gotten to World Series back-to-back years.
Did the Braves do it once?
No.
Probably. I think Arizona was one.
Nope.
Rays? Probably some no-name teams.
Nope.
You're looking at the stat. You didn't pull that out of your head.
Phillies.
No. Actually, yes. Well, actually, we got to go back a couple years, 17 years for that. So Phillies in 08-09, the Rangers 10-11, Kansas City 14-15, Dodgers 17-18, and then the Stros in 19 and the Stros in 21 and 22. Yeah.
The Astros, yeah.
So that was like when you're saying that was 2 years. Like it is. You think as good as the Dodgers been, and they've been a couple World Series. But you got to really go back when they went to 3 and 4, and they lost 2 in a row.
Yeah.
And who's hot? It's who gets hot.
It's who gets hot. Yeah, down the stretch.
It's who gets hot. That's it.
Yeah.
The Yankees weren't a good team to go to World Series last year. Come on.
It's the hot bullpen.
No, they got hot. That's it.
Arizona's bullpen got hot. Their offense was good, and their starting pitching was serviceable, but the bullpen got hot. They shut people down.
3 years ago. Where were they? They were a wild card team.
Yeah.
No.
It's hot. Who? And that's like for any of the teams. Like, who's going to be that guy to get hot? Like the Dodgers, they're a stacked team. They're not getting to the World Series because of Ohtani and Betts. That's great. Who at the bottom is going to have a good year? Is Teoscar going to hit 320 with like 40 homers and kind of push it over the top? That's the key.
Depends. Some teams will be buyers and buy a bunch of pitching arms come trade deadline.
Last year for the Braves. that would have been a World Series team if Strider was there. Except what happened,
Yeah.
Sale had a breakout year, and then Strider's hurt, and then you lose Acuna. Like you need some, not a random guy, just something to will you to that next level for that. Like be fatty,
Be fatty. It's well, hate that. Not in postseason. Not in
the whole season. It was only later on in the season we faded that.
Like look at these teams right now. Who is that team? Who's the one sort of like who? If you look at the teams now, who would be the team? The Nationals that year. They had 19 wins in May. But they had Strasburg.
Nobody picked the Giants to be where they were right now. Nobody.
Yeah.
Surprise team so far? Yeah, the Giants, because nobody picked the Giants to be sitting right where they're sitting.
So, but I'm with you here with this Arizona game. That's a pass for me on that one. And Webb, do I want to lay with Webb here? Nice. That's just a squad. Somehow wins 82 games every year. How do they do it? We're the Giant fans in the chat. How does this team just always seem to talk about heartbreaking team? Like they're there, but they just can't get a good guy to put them over the top. But I want to look at this over in the Ranger game, not just because it's in Oakland or wherever the hell, Sacramento, the A's, the homeless team. Kumar Rocker's been terrible.
Oh yeah, Kumar Rocker.
He walks guys. Listen, you're gonna be around the plate, and you can get away with that in the minors, man. Even the pros, these guys swing at everything. They swing. I'm gonna go over there Ranger game. I kind of like the A's too as well there after loss. Yeah, Ramos is good for the Giants. He's a nice youngster.
Sears is open again, so open it up.
Sears is open.
Sears is open up. Good to go.
You can count on Sears.
Bring back Sears Roebuck.
That used to be
I bought my first computer from Sears in 1993.
Wow.
I know it was a compact Presario I bought from Sears.
Presario.
I had a Sears credit card in high school. I brought a compact Presario.
Yeah, well, don't worry. He actually went to store. He does. It wasn't back for you young guys. It was in the store. It wasn't bought online. There was no online back then. There was no catalog for older people, and there was no catalog for older people out there.
I had to put that in a shopping cart. That thing was like a freaking 57 Buick. That monitor. Holy cow!
There was a place that we up here.
TVs and monitors used to weigh.
Did you guys have a place called Consumers down there, where you went in? And it was just basically a big warehouse, and out the front it had like a catalog like Sears, and then you just scrolled through it, and underneath by whatever you were looking to buy, it had a little number, and then you wrote your little number on this sheet, and you had the list of what you wanted to buy, and then you went up to the counter and you gave your little sheet, and they went and they picked your stuff off the shelf, and they came back out front, and here's your stuff.
What was that place called?
It was called Consumers, was the name of it, and you came in with
that's some Canadian communist crap right there, bro.
It was called Consumers. You bought your TV.
Don't touch the merchandise.
Don't touch the merchandise. Don't steal the remotes. We don't want your kids. We don't want your kids putting holes in anything. That's it. The way it is.
Little booths and kiosks with catalogs and pens that are attached on little wire ropes, so you didn't steal the pen, right? Because steal the pen.
My local grocery store has sectioned off the sundry department where you need it's locked now. You need someone to walk you in there. That's how bad it's getting out here.
That's so bad.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I walked in my grocery store, all the razors, all the child's formula, all that stuff is behind lock and key now. Wow.
Yeah, well, that's California, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
I wouldn't pay if you're not going to arrest me for stealing $1,000 worth of crap. Why should you pay for anything?
Changed. They changed it. Yeah, the attorney general was voted out, so that's changing now.
Well, I mean, really, that's just an insult to a normal human being.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll look here at I'm going again with Chris. I'm going to give me under with two teams that can't score. They can't. 11 innings didn't get the under. The under still's cash. Yeah. So give me the under there with the two teams that can't score. Rockies and KC there. I'm going there. Also give me an under again with two teams that score. White Sox and Twins under there in that one. But the Chicago $1.89 on the road. Minnesota $2.18 against righty starters. And their bullpen's been sharp against it. You know, they played 10 divisional games already, Minnesota, and their bullpen's performed well in those games. And I'll look at the under in that one. Yeah, I like Houston in that spot as well. Blue Jays can't find only 3 homers in 10 games. Where's the power gone with this team? Francis in his road starts, seven earned runs, 11 innings. Houston Penn's in good form. I'll look at the Astros there. Also, what I got? I like the over in Tampa Bay and Arizona in that one here. Tampa Bay has hit the NL pretty well, and Arizona can hit the ball at home, and Arizona's bullpen's been pounded over the past 6 games. Continue with the under. Milwaukee and San Francisco. Unders cast 62-34 in these night games here, the past 2 plus in San Francisco. With that, we always see that air tough to get the balls out of that ballpark at night. So again, give me a 9 under there, Milwaukee and San Francisco. And I'm going to take the homeless in this one. Yeah, Kumar Rocker. This is someone who had all these fantastic minor league home run rates. I mean, he was striking out with half the batters or something with some craziness. Came on and flopped. Just a total flop here. Texas flops on the road, only 200 here on the road this season. So I'll look at that homeless in this one. The homeless are nocturnal. They are very good at night. They hit. They're hitting with 274 at night in their 13 night game.
This
with
is
20 homers.
Tony, this is today's baseball because I think the Rangers as a team are hitting like 201 or some nonsense, right?
Yeah.
As overall. And yet they're in first place, and they got a better record than their record's almost as good as the Dodgers. So they're 14-9. It's not terrible.
Oh no, but I think the Dodgers are in that category too. I think they're 227 they're hitting. Let me see. I saw number 2, either 227 or 207 as a team. I couldn't believe that when I saw that. Let's see what the Dodgers team batting average is. And they're
Rangers have a better record than the Yankees. I don't think they got a guy hitting over a regular player hitting over 250 probably on their team.
Oh, yeah, and they couldn't again, the bottom of the lineup cost them. They had runners on. They tried. They couldn't even come back because, again, that's another team. Look at the bottom of their lineup for the Yankees.
Terrible.
Yeah.
The bottom of the lineup, their cleanup hitters hitting $167 in Jazz Chisholm. I mean, when you the bottom of the lineup, in the middle of the lineup.
Yeah, the middle lineup, too, isn't helping them, but the bottom of the lineup screwed the game yesterday. Dodgers here, 227. In their 11 road games, 207. So that's the Dodgers for you. All homers, though, 15 homers in 11 road games, but only 39 RBIs. They're just a team that can't hit on the road. 207 on the road, 227 as a team. Atrocious. Again, always just home run fishing every game. It's a marlin or nothing for them when they're fishing. That's it. That's all it is. They have, there's nothing wrong with the snapper, guys. You ever had snapper? It's not bad. You don't have to always try to catch the marlin. You don't have to always catch this. You don't always have to catch the marlin every time you're out there fishing. All right.
Yeah. I mean, Jazz has hit a few homers. That's great. That's good. He's got a bunch of homers. Let's bring back Joey Gallo too. He hit some homers for you.
Oh no.
I mean, come on. It's a homers. Can a guy hit with some? I need more than just a guy who's got 10 hits and 6 home runs. That's Eugene Suarez for Arizona. He's got 7 hits, 6 homers, right? I mean, look at Suarez's stats.
Exactly. We roll. We got to get these guys got hit. But again, I mean, for Chicago Cubs, that would be, this is April. This is when you don't hit because it's supposed to be freezing cold. But that's a good sign for this Cubs team. If you're hitting, this is the worst time to hit in April, May over there with the weather the way it is.
Suarez, 12 hits, 6 homers, $152. Jeez.
We move on the ice tonight, so you folks out east won't have to stay up too late unless we get these overtimes. We might get one. We'll see. We almost did it last night with that. I mean, we almost did in game 1 of the Oilers games. We'll see what happens in game 2 here. Capitals and Canadians. We got the Capitals $1.90 total 5.5. Stars and Avs. The Avs $1.90 total 6.5. Oilers and Kings in game 2. The Kings $1.30 total here 6 there with an opener of 5.5. So they pushed they bet that over here. Of course, after game 1, we'll see the same. We'll see. Over to Rod.
Yeah, you look at these ones. I'm gonna take the under between Montreal and Washington. Another low scoring one. Montembeault looked real good in that first game. Hold his team in it. They did go down 2-0 early in that scrappy youngsters squad. What I noticed in that game 1, Montreal's younger. They're also a little bit faster, and I've seen it. You can see that when Montreal gets up on that rush and they get going, Washington's backpedaling, going, "Oh man, these guys are a little bit faster than us, man. We have to play a little bit more tight checking, a little bit harder, so they're going to have to adjust because Montreal has some youngsters that can fly, and I've seen them. The one guy, I just watched him. He got the puck. It was like, I was like, whoa, look at that. Montreal's got way more speed. It's going to be a scrappy affair here. So I like the under there. And I'm going to take another shot with Montreal to tie the series at 1-1. Can't help myself. Give me Montreal. If you want, grab that plus 1.5. I think it's a 1-goal game again. We can see some overtime too in that one. Grab an under. And then looking at Dallas and Colorado. Man, I want to take Dallas in that one because everybody's going to be in the news. Colorado's going to be all up. It's going to be Landeskog making his return for the Colorado Avalanche. He hasn't played a game in, almost 2 years? Yikes. And everybody's going to be excited. It's in Colorado. The place is going to be going absolutely bananas. But I'm going to grab Dallas plus the 1.5. Odgers, no slump. On the road, he hasn't been as good. His road home splits, he's way better at home than what he is on the road. But this environment, just putting in Landeskog, who hasn't played in 2 years, he's going to mess up your rhythm. He's going to mess up the lines. You're going to have to adjust to that. And I've seen it plenty of times in hockey there in that one. So grab Dallas plus the 1.5. Grab Montreal plus the 1.5. Pair those two up. Got a little 2-teamer there for you.
Yeah, from Rod. Also had one of the shows here in game. What was it? Carolina down 1-0 in the first, come back and win it 2-1. That's a nice little return there. So you guys see some of those games where you got a team down 1-0 and you play them to win, the team down to come back and win.
I play them to come back and win, right? Like we were in the middle of happy hour, yesterday, and it was like, hey, 1-0, and I was like, oh, take the other side of that. They'll come back. We knew New Jersey wasn't that good, and they didn't score another one since. So it is what is there sometimes. Except Minnesota, that would have got you yesterday if you would have taken Minnesota early. And hey, Minnesota came and they put up a fight. They did their job. I think everybody was counting Vegas to just cakewalk Minnesota, and that didn't happen. Gustafsson, you got to remember, Gustafsson was the goalie for Sweden in that Four Nations. Yeah. So it's not like he's a not experienced goalie, and he sure shut out Vegas in that one. So now you got to go to Minnesota. That one's going to be a longer series than people figured. Then Vegas is 5.
The Vegas people not very happy yet. Now that was too much. The WrestleMania screwed everything up for Vegas. Now I have too, but there's just too much going on in the wrestling world over there. Sean, anything you're looking at hockey?
I took the other day Colorado minus 140. I guess on after what they play Sunday, whatever it was. They were 140 on an open. I got on one of the sites. I'm like 140. I liked. I had them on the puck line the other day, and they lost. So I was like, you know what? I'll come back with Colorado at home. I didn't know it was going to be a 190. I'm glad I got a nice. Now I'd have to do a puck line, and I'll be against Rod's play there. But
that's why it went up to 190 because of Landeskog. The news of Landeskog. Everybody's like, "Whoa, it's Landeskog! Yeah, woo!" He hasn't played in 2 years.
I mean, look at. I was talking about the NBA. Look at these numbers. I mean, the two teams basically 2-1 in the playoffs. Like, this is where we're at. And you're in the playoffs. Can you be competitive?
Yeah.
190?
Yep.
I mean, really. I know there's good teams. Does that mean that teams that are that much better than everybody else?
Oh, I know. I think, Rob, we get a kick out of this. Of course, NFL draft there tomorrow. This breaking news. Titans are shopping Levass. Will Levass is out there, Rod. They're shopping of the shop. Yeah,
shopping Levass. I don't see many two will run into the window to buy Levass.
I guess are they taking Cam Ward number 1?
That's what everyone says. They're going to take Cam Ward number 1. We'll get to that.
Take Cam Ward number 1. Yeah, definitely.
Ward will be number 1. That's what the look is.
Here's the thing, like. Now we got a new coach and we're bringing a new quarterback. Yeah, that's another 4 years of being crap. Dude, try to get something out of Levis. Like, I mean, how about trade down? Somebody wants you're a bad team. Trade the pick. Get some more pieces. Take the best guy available. Take the defensive guy. Why are you trading for a quarterback again? How many quarterbacks step in and take you to the playoffs in the first?
Yep. These guys never learn.
Look at TJ Stroud. Look at Dan. They're outliers. when they take 4, 5, 6 quarterbacks in the first round. How many good quarterbacks? I mean,
lucky to get one. Lucky to get one.
You'll get a lot of these rants for me as the season goes on. You weren't here, last year I do this every day on my show talk about this nonsense. These quarterbacks, you're coming in, new head coach, new coordinator. Let's learn a whole new shit. It is a tough ask.
Oh yeah.
Try to improve the guy you got.
Usually it's a first-year coach, right? that's right, because he's still learning the ropes too. So it's a bad situation all the way around there. It's always
chances are you're missing like 2 offensive linemen. There's like holes in the line. It's like we need a receiver. We got. Oh my goodness.
Yep. All right. Well, maybe we'll have this talk here as we get to the next segment. Now it's time for our parlay purple segment where our cappers can give out a parlay. They can give out a team player prop. They can play in the future. Maybe give an NFL draft pick out there. Well, we never know. Or play it straight. We'll leave it up to the cappers here in this segment. We start with Ron.
And we're going to go to we'll do a little MLB parlay. We're going to take the Mets on the money line. We're going to throw in. Whoa, computer's freezing up. Now we're going to throw in. It's a little later game. Give me the Rays. So the Rays, the Mets. And throw in Montreal in there, a nice big plus price to beat Washington, who looks a touch slower. So all big plus money there in that one, 3-teamer. Do a round robin in that one.
There from Ron on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'll give you a 3-team totals here. St. Louis, Atlanta go over. Cincinnati, Miami go over, and Athletics, Texas over. Your home run prop for the day, we're going to go Austin Riley. It's at, I don't think he's at plus 300 right now. And then another thing I've got in the Braves game, I want to take Matt Olson for an RBI. He's hitting cleanup today. He's got 4 against Mikolas or whatever his name is. And so, yeah, I think he does pretty good at cleanup there. He's already got 15 on the year, so we'll take him. That's at plus 125 for a Matt Olson RBI today.
From Chris on over to Sean.
All right, I was looking at a couple of Ruby props here in this Boston game. I'm going to go with some sides. So yesterday, 0-2 in the Ribbies, so we're at plus. We're 22-28 plus 1,025. The sides I gave out yesterday would go 2-1. We are 6-8 minus $1.20 with Major League Baseball. 3 straight bets today in baseball. We're going streaking. Of course, nobody could get swept ever. That doesn't happen. Mets plus 101. Stros minus 115 and Cleveland plus 140. There you go.
There you go with Sean. I'll tell you what I like here. I like the plus money here with the Heat. Give me the over Orioles Nationals and give me under Brewers and the Giants. All right. I'll throw it out there if anyone has any thoughts here about the NFL. I'm not a big one-off guy. I don't put a lot of time into one-off events like the NFL draft because I don't feel it's a good use of my time for something that's a one-off. I'd rather put my time into baseball, NBA playoffs, and more. And this is information that I gathered I can use throughout the season instead of just a one-off event. But any of you guys have any thoughts here on this draft? Any draft thoughts or draft picks you're thinking about? Because I know they go off the board tonight, right? They take them off the board tonight. So
yeah, they put those draft sheets at the thingy when you go to the window as like a bonus. So like, come on, don't you want to scoop up on all these draft bets and you get them? They hand you a sheet. They already print them off at the casinos. I'm quite sure they make it easier for you to make these bets. So for me, I look at those that the book wants you to make those bets. Why? Because it's the odds that you get are not worth the what you're gonna have to pay. No chance. I'm not betting these things. It's like All-Star. I'm not doing that either. No, because the books want you. These are the ones that they want you to bet. They want you to go all in and be like, yeah, NFL draft, yeah, woo. And then you hit 1 and 6, and then you lose a chunk of money, and you're like, wow, that was just awful.
It's a domino effect, right? You get one of those picks that took their guy, and then they take their guy took their guy, and it
wipes out everything that you've got. You could make a plan. But does that plan ever work out? You're hoping that maybe you'll get lucky and predict the draft perfectly, but I'm not betting on no NFL draft.
I could name I know Cam Ward. You got Sanders and Hunter, Carter, and who's the running back? Gentry.
A Mountain West guy.
Yeah, short of that, I know nobody's name. Although I did take the Jets to take Barron, the cornerback, just because Glenn's a cornerback guy, so I figure maybe he thinks he's got a guy. So it was like 18-1, put $100 on it. But I'm not how much are you getting down on these? Like, is it this is literally
300 max at Circa, I think. I think Circa was
exactly. Yeah. And most people aren't putting 300 on these games, right? Most people, this is the literal let's have fun kind of bet stuff. And I'm never about having fun if you're betting money. That ain't fun. If you want to have fun, you could find me on Twitter. You can send me anyone. You want to throw money away? I'll gladly take your money and do something better with it than you will. But like this kind of stuff, I understand people get into. Like, I want, my team, I hope they draft. Bro, if you're spending more than like $100 on this stuff, bro, you better have a legit line to a NFL front office. And even then, like I said, all it takes is one thing to go sideways and everything, the dominoes, they do not fall. They're stand up and you're like, what just happened here? Guys are sliding. He didn't get taken to 3. He's going to be available at 11. You're like, what the? And then you got somebody who's going to reach. Well, we're going to take this guy because this is the guy we need. We're taking a tight end at a tight end. Well, the Saints are taking a tight end. Like, what are we doing this thing?
Why did they take this guy 8? Why? Why did they take an 8? Why did they take a 30th? What are they doing?
Jackson Dart gets picked like 5th or something. Jackson
Dart.
Dart.
They were talking about how they're on Jackson Dart, and all of a sudden he's not even coming to the thing today.
$5 parlay. I don't think they let you parlay draft.
Can we bring back the sound? I remember sitting in my room. I was on my bed. I had a notebook. I had the National. I'd go and get 2 turkey and cheese sandwiches with tomato and mayonnaise on Portuguese rolls. Turn on ESPN at like 11:30. Have my little pen and writing down like who got drafted, just because I'm a sick SOB at 19. Ready for the football. Now it's got to be like an event where it's at night and come on, man. I love Saturday Sunday draft. It was fabulous all day, just saying do, and it was just fun crap.
Yeah, the picks are given out on Twitter. They're giving out Twitter.
The old guys, apparently, Mr. Whiskers, the old guys.
I know Chris. You had to sit through a bad year to get the number 1 pick. So, what's the thoughts there in Tennessee?
I don't like the Titans at all. That's the thoughts. So I don't know. Whoever we get, I mean, maybe it'll help us. I mean, it couldn't hurt us, right? I mean, maybe it could.
I hate it. Any worse than Levass. So
that's where my mind's at. Could it be any worse than that guy? So we're gonna be positive. I don't know. I see some of the books here that I'm looking at here, and DraftKings is real good about, like, they put all these things for you. Pick the top 5 exact order, and then that's the same way they always do their. That's the way they always do their like pre-made parlays.
And we'll boost it for you.
It's like try to find the grenade, and I don't know. It's crazy to see these numbers. Like Cam Ward's minus 20,000, for first thing. And I mean, if you want to put $5 on anybody, go Cam, go Scatabo plus 80,000, for first round draft if you want to burn money. But I don't know. I think couldn't be any worse than Will. So we're just gonna hope Tennessee's gonna hope they get somebody good at least. But yeah.
Yeah, I know Carolina fans. Jacob Brown don't look too bad.
I was told Will Levis was great, like him. And who's the running back they had who went to the Steelers, right? Like, look at his team. He's an NFL prospect. Really, you had a first round NFL pick and a first round NFL running back on your roster, and you went 7-6 in the SEC. Really, now these are NFL quarterbacks.
I like the way the Rams do it. Yep. They put their time and money into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round and find that Nakua.
I mean, what are we doing, guys? It's literally dart throwing on these kids. You know what the best thing you should do? Take offensive linemen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those guys are literally and that's all you hear about the offensive lineman. Oh, this guy's a plug and play guy. And you know what? They usually are. You take a guy in the top 10 in the NFL, he's playing 15 years unless he blows out his knee.
Yeah. Edge rushers, defensive linemen,
they get in there and they're playing. They play.
Linemen,
very rarely. They're either a bust or they're going to the Hall of Fame. And most of them just go to the Hall of Fame. I mean, they're all pros for 10 years. Think about it.
Yeah, the corner.
They're ready to go in college. They're already like this, and then they get picked up.
We're going to take a wide receiver at number 6. Really, a wide receiver. Who's throwing the ball?
The hardest thing is
with his third offensive coordinator because you're in the top 10 draft in the pick. Yeah, that'll work out real well.
Tell you, what people don't talk about, it's very hard to make the team for an offensive defensive lineman in the college. It's usually you have to win the weight room. So what those guys have to do to make the starting lineup, because you've seen these guys when they sub them, they're still pretty good, right? The subs and the offensive and defensive linemen, they're still pretty darn good. It's tough, these Alabama, to win the job is a huge achievement for those guys. So they've already been through the pressure of making the team. It's hard to make a team in the trenches there because you got to win the weight room. Because that's a lot of press, a very pressure in the summer there to hit the weights because that's all they can measure. That's all they can measure you when you get into college.
It's totally the unsexiest thing, right? Everybody's like, "Oh, look at this! He's a hybrid. He's a motor guy." Like all the linebackers, all these hybrid players, like edge rusher. He's a disruptor. What do they say about the lineman? Nothing. No, it's the most least glamorous position, but it holds your team together because if your quarterback's on his back, you're going nowhere. If he's running for his life, you're going nowhere. Take the best lineman. That's I'm in top 5. Whatever. Give me the lineman. Who we got? 2 left tackles. I don't care. Make one of them a right tackle. I just want good linemen. I'll worry about everything else. Those guys can play for 15 years. I can worry about putting the quarterback behind them.
And the problem with taking Gentry in the first round is you got to give him that second contract, right? And it's a big one. And you don't want to give a running back a big contract, right? So that's the problem taking these guys in the first round because then you're married to them when it's time for the contract. Well, you make the GM look bad because we're gonna release him. Well, this is a first round pick. You got to pay him, right? But now you got to pay a running back a lot of money, keep him around a lot, and will he be as productive in his second contract year? That's why I don't like taking running backs in the first round. He learned that with being a Giants fan. Exactly what happened with a Giants fan, right? You take a guy in the first round and you got to sign him again.
If he's that good, if he's that good. You'll pay what he's got to be. But again, are you running them into the ground? Yeah. Is your team any good anyway? Like,
is your line enough to block for this running back, or is he going to get crunched?
Yeah. Like you're talking about
you need a line to block for him, or he's going to get.
Can they pass protect? Can they pass protect? Yeah. That's another big question too, right? They're not asked to pass protect.
Are the Jags linked to him? Right? Aren't the Jaguars linked to him at 6? Who's linked to him early?
I don't know. I don't pay attention.
That's
why I asked you guys because I don't pay attention to it.
What the hell are the Raiders taking a running back for in the top 10? Like they got enough problems with running back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got to build the lines. Carroll likes to run. They need to get some offensive linemen for Carroll's systems. That's what they do. What do you think? They were a running team. You look at Seattle all those years they had running back by committee.
Now listen, Carroll went there out of USC. Why was that team a Super Bowl team? Because he hit in the second, third, fourth rounds because these are all guys he recruited, he knew about, and he knew what he'd be good for in his system. That's why they were so good for so long because he hit on all these mid-round picks that no one knows really much about. And that's where you win. That's how your team gets good. You hit a third rounder. You hit second, third, and fourth rounders, forget about it. You got the depth, and that just alleviates a lot of the pain when most teams whiff in the first round.
Yep.
Come on, look at these list of first round picks.
Yep. And he knew when to get rid of them when they got older, right? Because they were giving him the finger and they weren't very happy with him at the end. But that's what he did. He did the right thing. He had to get rid of him. Not with Jimmy Johnson. He held on the guys in the Cowboys. That's what happened in the Cowboys system is they held on to their guys too long.
That wasn't Jimmy Johnson. I mean, he won back-to-back Super Bowls, and then they
at the end of his term. Yeah.
I don't know about. Listen, if he stayed there in a third year, Switzer took him to a championship game. They probably would have got back there and maybe won with Jimmy Johnson. I mean, I don't know if Jimmy was a part of the problem in Dallas. I don't know. That's kind of a stretch.
The personnel was an issue there because he wanted more. Yes, this is when the owner really was his GM there.
He's another example like Carroll. He was a guy took a bunch of Miami guys. I mean, he took Russell Maryland #1. Are you kidding me? Like he drafted. Who was the other quarterback? Steve Walsh. Like he went.
Yeah, that big contract. Yeah, that free agent.
Miami guys. He had Alonzo Highsmith. Like that guy. I mean, like off a broken leg, we're taking this guy as a running back. He took guys in college players that he knew from other teams from his own squad. Did pretty well for a couple years, like you said, like Carroll.
There you go, guys. So we got you a little bit of draft stock there. I'm not a big fan of the one-off system, but we want to get it out of our system, right? Just get it out of here.
Bears are at number 10, right? Bears are at number 10. They take an offensive tackle. They're taking the guy from Texas. I'm telling you, if you can find that matchmaking. they're going to take what's his name from Texas, Calvin Banks Jr. From Texas, and he's going to go 10th. I think he's going to surprise offensive tackle because why not beef up the? We know what the Bears' offensive lineup was before. They need somebody to protect the QB.
Terrible.
So I think the Bears grab an offensive
You
line.
better, because that Lions defense, whew, that Lions defense,
right?
You better have some good offensive linemen against that Lions D. That Lions D, especially they were, how far they went with that injury, the injuries they had last year. But they were just what got to them was the injury bug. But that's they're going to need it, especially there with the we got you through the. All right, we got through that parlay purple segment here, guys. Well, now, of course, as we get into the summer, game of the futures, maybe some early college football because we'll have a lot of college football lines up early. As we usually in the July, we'll start to see some lines come out. So maybe we'll pick off some of those games as we get into the summer. But now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Into a big week of action, NBA, NHL playoffs. Still a lot of volume here in these first rounds. We got a lot of nice 3-game cards here. Of course, we get back to the 4 games on the weekend there. Hockey, baseball. We'll see what Rod has for sale over at Tony's Picks right now. Rod's put together an impressive year again like he did last year. 2,903 units of profit. Rod, what's for sale?
Never sold it over at Tony's Picks today. I've got my best bet on eSport. I got my NHL one-timer play. I've got my NBA drop a dime play. And then I got my MLB play of the day rolling. All 3 of those sports you can look over the last week we've been making money at. So pick one, jump aboard. I also got a 3-pack up there where you can get all 3 of those plays in one package, which will give you my best bet in the NHL, best bet in the NBA, and best bet in the MLB. All 3 are up there for you to scoop up. But better yet, as you can see, we've been hot. So jump aboard something long term. I was capping here over the last week. Let's continue to roll and stack the units. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional as well over at Tony's Picks. Can't go wrong with that. Having 2 cappers putting money in your pockets. Definitely that's the way to go. Jump aboard. You got lots of more NHL playoffs, more NBA playoffs, and some MLB thrown in there as well. So jump aboard over at Tony's Picks.
Yeah, that's right. Get on board with Rod over at Tony'sPicks.com. Remember, all the one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must earn a profit or amount purchased is credit back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. Not so on the long-term passes because it's still at such a discount rate. You can also apply the promo code here on all of our packages. All right, let's take a look and see what rolling on over at Tony'sPicks.com right now. Let's see what Chris has got for sale. Chris put together good baseball here, running over the past 7. Chris, what you got for sale?
I got you guys a 3-pack in baseball today. Best bet 2 premiums. Also got you a best bet in one of the conference plays there in NBA tonight. Didn't put that in with a 3-pack. That's just separate, but you can grab that. But yeah, we went 3-0 yesterday with baseball. Looking to do it again today. I love these 3 plays that I've got for you. Also got my season pass out there for baseball. Going to get you all the picks I put in all the way to the World Series for one price. 2-for-1 capper. Everybody's on the leaderboard. Everybody's doing really well right now. So 2 people putting money in your pocket makes a lot of sense. And use that promo code to save you 15% at checkout.
Get on board, Chris, over at Tony'sPicks.com. We know baseball's a long season. It ends in the end of October. Sometimes we get those games in November, early November. So you can see Chris has his MLB season pass, very affordable price for all of his premium plays from baseball all the way up to the final game of the World Series. You can also apply the promo code, save that 15% off the listed price here when you get on board with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com and pick up that season pass from Major League Baseball. Let's see what Sean's got going on over at Tony'sPicks.com. Sean's put together a pretty impressive year as well over at Tony's Picks. Documented results here. All records are documented, transparent at Tony'sPicks.com. Sean has got here. Let's see what I did. Where do I got this? Where do I got it? Here we go. 2,188 units of profit documented. Chris, Sean, what you got for sale?
I haven't put up the package yet for baseball. I got a couple games in there, but I'm torn. Like, listen, I tell you what I'm thinking with the games right now. So I'm probably going to add a 3rd game to make a 3-pack here, but you got my end of the game picks. One of these might be in a 3-pack. Who knows? I might add them all. You never. I don't know. It's craziness. It's dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. I'm not gonna listen. It's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and I hate, because as a quote unquote like a pro guy, you don't want to be like until like I gotta bet this. But yeah, I look at this stuff. I'm so torn because I want to stick with what I've been doing all season. Although I think I'm 6 or 7 games under 500, which again for me is not bad because we're taking dogs and stuff like that. So I'm really about 2 games away, 3 games away from being up on the year. But I just want to put stuff out, especially when you're just, again, a couple winning. I've had like 3 of the last 4 days winning days, but again, I don't like forcing crap and just doing stuff for it. But listen, as I said before here, there's other guys who are hotter than me right now, doing better than me. That's fine. I'll be fine long term. If you want to get on board, buy a weekly pass from me or whatever, super. You're going to get games. I had a hockey game last night on the site. Was a winner there with the Hurricanes on the puck line. So we'll see. Might be adding some stuff here today as well. But basically a lot of baseball. But you'll always get how I'm doing. I come in, tell you, show you. It is what it is. Again, not sure what game I'm adding to the 3-pack today, but I got to. I'm honest. I don't do. I want, I got 5 games written down. I'm going to add all 5. I can't do it, Tony. I want to.
Yeah, well, fine. Or just find an individual play, put an individual play for sale.
Yeah, you know what? It is what it. It's one of those. But then it comes down to you put a game in and it doesn't get, and you're like, you know what? The other 3 won instead of going 3-1. Now I'm 0-1. So sometimes it's better. I don't mind leaving a winner out there because you only remember your winner that you left off your ticket. You never remember the 4 you losers or whatever the case may be. So I might just add a single, day game, night game kind of thing here, but it is what it is, folks. You see the records, you see everybody else on here. I'm no shame in saying, you guys, you see the leaderboard. I'm not up there. Go get who's hot. What are you doing? It's playoff time. Get the NBA guys. Get the hockey guys. There'll be plenty of baseball for me to save you on later in the year when the weather gets hot. You want that NBA. Go to the NBA. Go to the hockey guys.
Your hockey's been good. So get up. We shot over at Tony's Picks.
I think I'm 17 and 12 plus money on.
Yeah, it's fuck 20 there. That's going to be good. So get on board with Sean. Remember that 7-day pass. Get the 7 days of baseball. Some days he may not have a 3-pack. Well, at least you get all those premium plays there with the 7-day pass, and promo code Tony T at checkout will knock off that 15%. Got more Sean over at Tony's Picks. First, I've got best bet on the board for Major League Baseball, putting together a 3-pack as well as we speak. Coming off a pretty good day yesterday, 3-1. I am the number 1 unit producer in MLB at Tony's Picks. So get on board with me. Of course, use the promo code Tony to check out. Save that 50%. Get on board there with me at Tony'sPicks.com. There we go. I didn't know I had a child out there. I don't have kids, but maybe I didn't know. I'll maybe serve some papers at some point pretty soon. There, it's on LA there.
Oh no!
Oh no! I'm gonna get shocked here. If we take a DNA test, you're gonna have to pay for that DNA test. I'm not paying for it. I'm telling you that right now. We've got you through the show, guys. Reminder, if we're with you here every day here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time with Tony Six Morning Show. So make sure you guys tune in, like, subscribe, and set those notifications so you're live with us. If you ever miss a show, very simple to check out the replay. Wow, where can I see the replay? Well, it's simple as you're on YouTube, right? We'll just go to our YouTube channel at Tony's Picks. Just type Tony's Picks in the search on YouTube, and you'll be able to find our YouTube channel. That's where you'll be able to check out the replay as we have our replay up for you there. We got the happy hour at 5 Eastern time there, so you can check it out. We've got Ramon and Ron contributing with Rod there on the happy hour. We get some of our cappers. We'll pop in on occasion there as well. So that's where you'll be able to find our archive shows if you happen to miss a live one. Hit the video tab. A lot of our on-demand videos where we go deeper into the games. El Ninos is always looking for those underdogs. He'll have a play up there. We got also Chris with plays for you up there as well. I go deep diving and stuff as well. Rod's got you covered with the NHL. Our man Kevin Thomas coming in with some videos as well. You can always check our shorts format. You'll find some shorts when our man Brian's coming in with some shorts for you up here as well. So check it out at Tony's Picks YouTube channel with a lot of content for you there as well. So check it out over on the YouTube, and we'll tell some of the cappers talk about what they got rolling out over the YouTube. Of course, Rod, you host the happy hour. And of course, you got the content up there here from the NHL. And I know you have I saw an NBA video up there from you as well.
Right, it's a minute long because I made it as a short, and the editor put it as a whole full video. So
you made it because you made it. You got it. The short's got to be filmed in short in the vertical. They didn't know.
Correct. It didn't update when I thought I edited the video in the back end to put it into the short form. As you
Okay.
reconstitute it on the back end here at StreamYard, you can constitute it into a short form. I thought I did. I don't think it did. So, anyways, it's been fun. Be on the lookout. Those shorts are coming because I will definitely throw you some more shorts up there in the NBA playoffs rolling along. I didn't want it on the video form, but it is what it is. So there is one in the NBA. But I got you covered on all the hockey rolling there, so you can go check out those as well over there. Definitely tune into the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern. We got you covered on any of the latest info as we did yesterday. Hey, we dropped the Tatum info there in the happy hour that he got upgraded to doubtful for this game. I still think he plays, but it is what it is. Tune into the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern, and definitely go check out the YouTube content we got here at Tony's Picks.
Absolutely. Of course, Chris, you put together some videos as well over on the channel today.
Yeah, I got you guys a baseball video, and then I always try to put out 3 home run props. Like I always tell you guys, straight bet those, don't parlay them. I just try to get you guys who I think is a really good matchup against the pitchers today. That we've been kind of cold lately, but we're going to start heating up. I got 3 really good ones out there today, 3 very consistent batters. So yeah, we're going to keep putting those out, just having fun with that. And then as we get further into the finals here and in playoffs and everything, I'll get you some some basketball videos. I can't talk. Some more basketball videos for you guys on that as well.
Very good. And of course, Sean, we got you here on the mornings here.
I'll be a morning cat. Although I'm like I said, I'll be coming in morning, afternoon stuff with baseball taking full swing and stuff like that, adding some more stuff to the chat and stuff like that. And I'll pop on video when I can. So, especially when it's only like a 2 p.m. I felt bad the other day. I was going to come on, but I was sidetracked. Listen, I love my grill. So sorry, I'm a fat guy.
Yeah. Well, when we get those triple digits, it's not so fun. It's not so fun.
I'll be outside. I'll be like, you can see
it's 110.
110. I'm not, and then of course add the 10 degrees from the grill heat. At the 10 degrees for the grill heat.
Oh.
You have sweat marinade. You get sweat marinade steaks and some burgers.
Don't need to salt anything. Just drop. Good to go. 110 shake or 2.
I want to put misters in on the roof there on my pergola.
There you go. All right, let's do it here. I think we're asking for this edition of the Tony's Morning Show. We're back in tomorrow live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Anybody have anything to say before we close it out?
Yeah, we're going to take Connor McDavid. He's going to take over that game. Take it over. You see what he did in the third? Absolutely beast. Take McDavid to get 3+ points today.
Wow,
that's at a plus 350. He's also the assist machine. So take McDavid over 3 points today. Take him to score a goal as well. What he did in that third was absolutely amazing. It shows why he is the best hockey player in the NHL. And trust me, it's going to show right from the start of that puck drop there in that game tonight.
Yeah, I told you I wasn't a fan of the Kings' defense, and they almost choked it away. So we'll see how it rolls. Goodbye, guys. You guys make it a winning night. We're back tomorrow on this Tony's Morning Show.